Hey guys, it's Warren from SojuTalk. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm the guy who gave birth to popular Discord emotes, like this one. We did a live stream on October 2nd, where we watched the new Blackpink music video together, gave some first impressions about the album, but turns out YouTube didn't really like that at all. So here we are. We thought maybe all hope is lost. But I'm thinking, maybe we can just re-upload it with different music. So this time around, the SojuTalk Crew will be reacting to random royalty-free music I found online. You can feel free to listen along and pretend we're reviewing whatever I throw on. Or you can mute the video and go play on Spotify. I don't know, up to you, man. Anyways, enough of me talking. Here is the first live stream we did with Blackpink's The Album. Thank you, hope you enjoy.
Yo, SojuTalk Nation, you're joining us for the first ever SojuTalk Live, where we listen to Blackpink's The Album. I'm your boy Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
All right, we have no clue what we're doing.
What are we doing?
To be honest, a bunch of crazy stuff can happen, but we're here to listen to Blackpink's The Album. I've only watched the music video so far. Warren and Anita have listened to nothing, right? If I understand correctly.
I saw the
Correct.
teaser. I saw the teaser that dropped a couple days ago for the music video, and that's like it.
What are your expectations, though? Do you think it's gonna be good?
Here's what I wanted ideally, right, from a Blackpink album. Like, I've always felt that like their music has been like they need a strong oomph, like they need that like strong like hit track, like everything has been kind of like blended together for me. So like I kind of want like I kind of want Lovesick Girls to be in a new direction, but at the same time like something I expect from Blackpink. That's kind of, I don't know what I'm saying.
What about you, Anita? We were having some lag issues. You might get some robot Anita today, but what about you today?
Oh, yes. Well, I don't know. I'm just really excited. I think I've been hearing some really good stuff about the album as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's that collab in the album with Cardi B. So I don't know. I'm really excited for the music video, but overall the album. Just want to get to the album, to be honest.
All right. I feel like you guys have been waiting long enough. How about we watch that music video for Lovesick Girls? Are you guys ready for that? Yeah, let's do that.
Yes.
All right. So let me turn that one on. Boom. Boom. Let's go. So this is Lovesick Girls by Blackpink. Let's get it. So that was Blackpink's Lovesick Girls.
Let's talk about that for a bit, right?
Okay, let me get Anita back real quick. Boom. All right, there's Anita. There she is. All right.
Okay. Well, you've listened to this the most at this point, right? Because you've seen the music video multiple times. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you like it. That's why you've seen it multiple times.
Well, okay, it's definitely better than the other pre-release songs. Let's be honest here, right? I think it's a good song. I don't think you agree with that, though.
No. Here's what I'll say. Like, I think it's the safest decision they could have made, right? Like ice cream is clearly supposed to be not something meant for everybody. And How You Like That was like, it's the equation that's always worked. This is like, it kind of reminds me of what was the other song they did with the vocal hook.
Well, that's a real great descriptor, sir.
There was one other song. It's the one song that sounded like 21. They were in a subway sequence, like subway station, like downstairs, like 마지막처럼, like 마지막처럼. As if it's your last.
As if it's your last.
If it's your last, there you go.
Come on, Warren.
It reminds me of As If It's Your Last, but like at the same time, it also feels like, because As If It's Your Last felt a little too like retro in not the best ways, as in like under-finished. This one feels like much ahead of the curve in that aspect with the whole country guitar and whatnot.
Okay, Anita, initial impressions. Do you like this or not? Straight up.
I do. I feel like at the beginning, I was a little like, oh, this is not as hard hitting as I thought it was going to be, because the pre-releases were kind of teasing like it was maybe going to be maybe a little bit out of the style that Blackpink does. So I expected something different but more intense. I think they took it in a very interesting direction where it's definitely more poppy and catchy, and of course the styling always great, but very, very interesting. I feel like Warren said, it is kind of a safer choice, the route that they're going with the single, but it works because of the pre-releases, because it doesn't feel
right. There's no overlap at all.
I mean,
there's no overlap.
Okay. First hot take. I mean, after the last pre-release, anything would have been an improvement. I'm just going there.
We can talk about that later when you listen to the album.
Right. to be fair though,
okay.
Did y'all see Rosé's acting in this music video?
Yes, beautiful.
The acting was next level. I saw in the comments someone wrote this is a very Coachella vibes song.
Oh yeah,
I completely agree with that. Other people were saying that it is similar to the Fire/Stay era vibes. I also agree with that.
Yes, definitely agree with that.
Shout out to everyone who said As If It's Your Last. Thank you.
I think Yocap also told me that he thinks that a lot of the sets in this one were also used in the Stay music video.
Really?
So that kind of makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, because when I saw the music video and like the storyline, it reminded me of like that era of Blackpink, and it felt kind of nostalgic to me, and I didn't understand why, but that makes a lot more sense. Yes.
Overall, though, regardless of how you feel about this album, it did 1 million pre-album sales, right?
Oh boy!
We'll get like an official actual sales number probably by Monday when we actually record this for the pod. But this is kind of a game-changing album, regardless of how people feel about the song, just on pure numbers alone.
Of course,
I would say.
yes.
And of course, "Lovesick Girls" was a Teddy song, so he did the lyrics, he did the production. And then I think RD did the arrangement. RT did the arrangement, I want to say. Do you have any comments about Teddy on this one, Warren?
It doesn't... I didn't get a lot of Teddy vibes. It might be because...
Oh, wait, actually, I was looking at the wrong song. It is Teddy, but also Jenny helped in this. I'm looking at it. The weirdest production... there's a name on the producers list, which is weird. David Guetta is on this one.
Right. I was about to get to that.
That kind of makes sense. That makes sense. The Coachella vibe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Jisoo and Jenny are also in the lyrics as well.
It did feel like the instrumental and the production felt very Western, but like the melody line felt very Asian, if you know what I mean, right? Like.
Last thing, one more thing though. If you're talking Western, right? I saw tons of people stating how this song has way more English than their average songs. Like, what do you feel about that?
it feels like they're trying to get that Western audience. I mean, David Guetta's here. David Guetta's there for a reason. Like, I mean, YG probably knows David Guetta sells in America, so they're like, okay, I want that American money. So like, you know, that's kind of what they're going for. Like, it didn't feel like they completely threw away their K-pop roots. Still, like the melody still felt very like.
Yeah.
You know, a couple weeks back I mentioned something about Bonky. You know, like the trot inspired melodies. I still feel that in here. It's still there. It's not completely Western.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's enough for this. For Lovesick Girls, at least the music video, because we'll talk about it more on Monday's pod. But let's get into the actual album now. Let me see if my setup is well or good. I don't know why I said well there. Spotify, boom. First track on the album. How You Like That? Let's get it.
All right.
right, so that was track 1 on the album. How You Like That? So this is a Teddy song and lyrics by Teddy as well.
Yeah. I mean, we've discussed this back in episode 80 something or 90 something, I forget, but like it feels like they have a box called Blackpink and they never strayed away from it. And putting this track on number 1 to me is either one of two things, right? It's one, it could be this is our identity. It's gonna penetrate the rest of the album. Weird wording choice, but ignore that. It's
Go on.
or it's gonna be, oh, we've started here and then we're going to expand, right? So for me, listening to the rest of the album is gonna be, okay, how wide is their spectrum? How far are they gonna like try to experiment with it, or are they gonna just like stay fixed with their current characterization and just kind of keep moving without? Like that's, I think, what I'm gonna have to pay attention to with this. Putting this on first.
I did not really like this song when it first came out, but now I think it's a really good song.
I love this song.
It's taken a while. Did you really like it at the beginning, Anita, or did it take some time?
Yes,
to
I
grow?
think this was out of the 2 pre-releases, right? This was the one that I watched the most and listened to the most because I really love the choreo for this song.
I agree.
It's a great choreo.
I mean, I'm willing to overlook Jenny's skunk hair in this song because, like,
It's,
you know,
it's an e-girl.
Okay, Jenny's skunk hair was the
moment.
best part of the video. First of all,
Yeah, e-girl
Man.
moment on
Alright.
trend.
yeah. Okay, real quick, because we didn't have Spice King back when this came out, right?
Oh, true. True, we did.
Because this was episode 90 or something. I don't remember which songs came out that week as well, but like, just a rough estimate. Would you guys have put it at first?
not the first week. No.
Oh,
Okay.
I would have. I would have voted for it.
If I remember how I felt about it back when it first came out, most likely not. I don't think I would have.
Right, because I recall you didn't like it in the beginning.
Yeah, it took like 2 weeks for me to understand why it's a good song. You know,
Changed.
overall though, how you like that?
I didn't like
now.
I
that.
do like that. Yes.
All right, but let's move on to a song that everyone universally loves. It's Ice Cream featuring Selena Gomez.
Okay,
Let's
I have
get
some
it.
stuff to say about this song afterwards.
About Ice Cream?
Yeah, let's listen first.
Ice Cream! All right, so that's track 2, Ice Cream featuring Selena Gomez. Should I make another take?
Okay.
All right. I think everyone would have preferred an Ariana Grande collab instead of a Selena Gomez
Well,
collab.
now, I think it was an interesting collaboration, but I feel like I appreciate it more now. Like, I feel like at the moment when it was released, I was a little bit confused because they didn't even get to record together, right? For the music videos. So I feel like there was a discontinuity between the music video and also like the styling for the voices, I think. Like,
Yeah, the styling was a little.
It's a little different, but for some reason, I still feel like it works now. I guess I kind of feel like it grew on me, the fact that it's not really that cohesive, because it does make it more noticeable of like that collaboration.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I think if you listen to the audio alone, it flows a little better. The music video, it is a little more noticeable, obviously, because they clearly filmed in different locations, you know. But like just song alone, I actually have changed my opinions a little bit.
Oh,
I've shifted.
Okay.
I've shifted a little bit. Just like how Doug shifted with how you like that, because this ice cream song has found its, you know, nice little spot, you know, amongst other music on my playlist, right next to the lovable people like Zenny Dozilla and Uneducated Kid and North Face God and Futuristic Swaver. It's a nice refresher in my like degenerate trash can trap music category.
So what you're saying is this is a trash can, right? I guess that's what you were saying.
No. It takes an acquired taste to enjoy. It's definitely
it's a trappy.
Right, but it's definitely not K-pop. You know, like this is definitely like
it's a little bit Western influence, I guess.
Right, like I could kind of imagine this being a Cardi B solo track.
Well, okay, so I don't think the song itself minus the lyrics, because I think the lyrics are really bad.
Okay, about the lyrics though, right? Like, if this song had normal lyrics,
I don't think it'd be nearly as bad, to be honest.
No, that would ruin it. They're not, because they need to commit to the likes of other people in the degenerate, you know, like field of playing.
I think you're kind of like reaching at things now.
No. If you listen to Uneducated Kid lyrics, they're not what you would normally call good lyrics. They're so bad, it becomes kind of good.
I feel like
you think the lyrics are good now?
I think they're committed to a concept and it works out in that aspect. I felt like they could have committed a little more. You know, like you know, like nobody listens to WAP and says, "Oh, WAP has genius level lyricism." Nobody goes, you know, nobody says that.
Yeah, but I also think it's the kind of audience they're trying to hit versus what Cardi B was trying to hit. I think there's intent.
That is true.
Also, so they've been playing Ice Cream on Korean variety shows I watch.
Nice.
And sometimes they play it at like not great times, because I don't think they get what the nuance of the lyrics are.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anita, before we move on to the next song, Anita, you got any closing takes on this one?
I don't know. I feel like I still feel the same about the chorus, where it feels like you don't really notice that it occurs. Like the difference between the verses and then pre-chorus to the chorus, it's very, very not there. But I don't know. I feel like the melody is really nice, and I get what they were trying to do with that more Western influence and the collaboration they did. So I don't know. I think, like Warren said, it makes sense in the intent, kind of what they were going for, but realizing that their audience kind of varies between like this people that listen more to like pop and Korean pop specifically, it does feel out of place.
Also, they have some younger fans, which is a little, you know, like.
That's my only point. But let's move on to the third track. Pretty Savage. So this is a brand new one. So it's the first time you guys are going to listen to it. So let's go to that one.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, so that was track 3.
Right.
Pretty savage. Well, I think Warren has a lot to say about this one. Oh, that was a tough sigh. Okay.
I mean, oh, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. Why don't you guys like talk about the song first?
All right.
All right. Anita, I think that this is pretty good. I like this. I'm vibing.
This is pretty good too.
It's pretty fun. I don't have huge expectations for this one. I was like, you guys have. I'm listening to B tracks right now. That's already weird for me, right? Like B tracks. This was pretty good. I was vibing.
I mean, B tracks are still songs. Like
They are.
Yeah.
Don't discriminate.
Like this. No, this was good. This was pretty decent.
I
Good
think
vibes.
for me, the general beat was pretty good. I feel like it was in line with the Blackpink sound that I am accustomed to. That pre-chorus and then the bridge where they added this guitar, that was interesting. Also going back to the older sound that they had with, oh my god, what was this?
Big
Stay. That yeah. Very interesting. It's interesting that they're going back to this kind of sound as well, but I don't know. I guess it is kind of nostalgic if you've been listening to them for a while.
It felt nostalgic because this is a sound that precedes Blackpink. This, to me, if it dropped in 2015, I would have said, "Oh man, Teddy's doing Teddy again," and that's 5 years ago. So to me, this is like, dude, how many times are you gonna reuse the same like formats and like same instrumentation and like same like. The guitars kind of reminded me, the guitar section in the pre-chorus, while I liked it, it kind of reminded me of like Bebe from like Big Bang back in the day, like 2017 was it? And like the whole drop, like bam, 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 that thing kind of, it reminded me of like the earlier Big Bang stuff, not the earlier stuff, but like the YG stuff from like 2013, 2012, that kind of deal when like
those teens.
Right. I think some people pointed out old school YG in here. That's honestly kind of the vibe I got a little bit. And it's not like retro. It's a little too recent to call retro. If you look at 90s fashion, like you're like, oh man, that's retro.
It's been a couple decades.
Right. But like if you look at what you were wearing in 2012, you're like, oh my god, what those skinny jeans are too tight, kind of, like that kind of deal.
I feel like you're thinking too hard about this song, sir. Like,
I mean,
it's a bop though. It's a bop.
I guess it could be a bop. I didn't like it in the first couple seconds in. That opinion didn't really change until the very end when they did the whole like whistling thing, which I'm not gonna attempt because I'm not good at whistling.
I mean, I'm just here for the vibes. I had a good time with this song. It's a vibe. All right, let's move on to the next song. This is Bet You Wanna. Featuring Cardi B.
The collab.
This one is produced by
Cardi.
Tommy Brown and then a bunch of
Cardi.
other people, but this is not a Teddy song, so let's get to that song.
Okay.
So that's track 4, Bet You Wanna featuring Cardi B.
Let's talk about that. I really like this a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That chorus.
Man.
I think
Wait, this is my favorite song so far.
I agree. I was just gonna say that, honestly. Alright, in terms of the collab, right? I don't think Cardi B was the most necessary thing on this track. I don't think she like makes or breaks the track. I think it's just cool that she's there. It is a really short track. It's 2 minutes 39 seconds.
Dang.
But Anita, do you like this
I-
one too? Or Warren, go first.
No, Anita can go first.
Oh no, I was gonna say that for me, like I think I mentioned it towards the beginning of the song, but the first run, I don't know who sings it, but it reminds me of the melody of Ice Cream, like how they go like up in the verse, which I thought like, oh, this is kind of similar, but a little different later on in the verse. But I think what makes this even more catchy, in my opinion, than Ice Cream, I guess, is the chorus, because there's like a second part to the chorus, right?
Right.
Which I think is really good. I really like that.
I really like how short it is. Because, like, if they
Simple,
had
yes.
gone from there, right? Because the safe thing to do, right, is to make a song that's 3 minutes, 30 seconds. This was, like, perfect in pacing for me. Like, this is, like, man, it just kept going and then it stopped where it needed to stop. That was, like, so perfect. Cardi B. Okay, when I saw Cardi B on the name, right, on the roster, I thought it'd be, like, a hard-hitting, like, 808,
Same.
grimy, dirty track, but like I'm glad that kind of caught me off guard. Also, I don't know, like I do feel like Cardi B wasn't super necessary. Like it could have easily have been Lisa or even Jenny rapping on the thing.
I 100% agree with that, sir. 100% agree with that.
But here's what I'll say, right? Like it's have you had like Japanese curry with like tonkatsu? Like tonkatsu?
Food analogies.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what I was thinking, because like curry, okay, like if you have curry and if you have rice, tastes good. The perfect meal. You know, I got some potatoes, you got some, bits of beef or like whatever, and then bits of carrots and whatnot. But if you add a tonkatsu on that thing, like there's like extra stuff to like chew into and like bite into. Like and the curry kind of plays into. It kind of makes the tonkatsu a little soggy. Like. Mixes in
What
kind of well.
are you getting at here?
I'm saying maybe it wasn't super necessary, but it did feel well implemented, and it kind of made sense in the bigger picture. Like, because this is track 4, right? This is about the time where I'm like, if I'm listening to the album front to the beginning, we gotta take a couple breaks here and there. We gotta take.
Oh
a couple
my god!
stops.
I saw the comment. So Warren saying that Cardi B made the song soggy. That's like the best comment I've ever read. Oh my god! All right,
That was not intended.
all right.
Okay.
There was also someone was singing at some point in the song. I don't know which member of Blackpink it was. It sounded a lot like Ariana Grande at one point in this. I thought one of the voices.
I think that was Rosé.
Yeah, it really gave off that kind of vibe to me. Overall, I think this is definitely the strongest out of the tracks we've listened to so far.
Also, I heard Jisoo earlier near the beginning of the track. It worked really well. It was a good mix.
Yes. Jisoo was good.
All right, let's listen to Lovesick Girls again, because that is track number 5. All right. So that is track 5, Lovesick Girls. Something I've noticed about a lot of the songs on this album specifically is that they kind of end abruptly.
This one in
Yeah, I was about
particular,
to
though.
say.
Yeah.
Right? This one really ends all of a sudden,
Yes.
man. It's just over, right? Like,
And it's not just like the ending, like the transition into like the last chorus feels a little short, right? Like
It
'cause
really
I feel
does.
like right, because K-pop typically has a longer like bridge sequence where they're like, all right,
Yeah, yeah,
sing
yeah.
for a bit, but like
there's no like
Dance
slow
break.
down. There's no, like, you know how the end, obviously the end's really slow. There's no like slow down to that. It just is like, all right, we're ending it. Bye. Right? Like,
right.
that's about it.
they could have added like an outro with like some guitars and whatnot.
They
but,
could have added like 10 seconds more. And it would have, I think, make the track feel way more complete at the end.
So- I switched the stream source from your computer to my computer this time around, so I can pay attention to the mix more. Because I was losing a bit, and I was listening to your stream. But it feels even more Western when I listen to the mix, because it feels. If we're talking about K-pop, we're talking about a lot of instruments and like complex, like arrangements and like composition.
Layering.
Whereas this, in that aspect, right, it feels a little more flat and a little simpler, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, because that feels more Western in like not the ways
this,
I like.
this feels like a someone wrote in the comment that it felt like an event / festival promotion song. Kind of does. I can
A
get that
summer
comment.
summer.
It kind of reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of "Shut Up and Dance Away." Shut up and dance away.
Yeah,
Shut
yeah,
up and
yeah.
dance with me.
Yes, yes,
From
yes.
like 2014, 15, is it? Shut up and dance with me. That thing.
Yeah,
Yeah?
that one. Yep.
that
yep.
one.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we gonna go with that?
I mean, we can talk about. I'm gonna keep listening to it, and we can get to it in the when we record on Monday. But
Overall,
I
though,
do feel like second time around, I was a little less excited. To be honest,
really, I think it gets better every time I listen to it.
Yeah, more
Okay, I
anthemy.
mean-
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next song. The next song is called "Crazy Over You." So this is track number 6 on Blackpink's The Album. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe not the ending of the song, but up until the ending, this gets a from your boy Doug. Gets one of those. That was really good, right?
Okay. When K-pop does trap, I have a problem where like usually it's like too clean. Where like trap music is supposed to be dirty. It's like grimy, you know, like it's supposed to be degenerate. Like this has that degeneracy a little bit. Like it does feel like a little more raw and natural compared to like Ice Cream, for example, or like other times they try to trap.
Okay, is it just me? Observation again. They're getting it right up until the last 20 seconds of a lot of these songs, right? No, it really feels
why did they do that again?
Why? Like, up until there, it's like, okay, this is really different. This is exciting. Wasn't expecting it. I kind of like it. Kind of grimy. Like, I don't know what's going on. And then they do the very generic ending.
It was so lazy. I was like, how are you gonna wrap a song? Oh, I know the same way ends every song. It's like. I felt like they didn't need that, and if it was like 2 minutes 10 seconds, whatever. I think that still would have been fine. Like,
Anita, are you down
I
for
don't know
this
why
song?
they did that.
What's the title again? Crazy Over You, and this is a Teddy song. So Teddy on this one.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, to me, the structure of the song with the way that the verses and then like there's like a drop in the chorus reminded me of How You Like That, and I think a couple of people were mentioning that in the comments as well, and that's very true. I feel like for some reason this has a different, like a similar yet different vibe, whereas How You Like That, it seems a little bit more intense. Well, this seems to, at least it felt like it sneaked up on me, like that drop. Like I was not expecting the drop, and also like the instrumentation, like the. I don't know what instrument they're using, but it's very, very cool.
They had a very Asian sounding string. Yeah,
very traditional.
In the very beginning. Yeah. It did. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Bro, what? How do you forget?
Oh, well, I'll say something. Okay, well, no, I remember. The thing is, like, right, like, the problem I had with, like, How You Like That is, like, when you think about swagger, when you think about attitude, you can't try too hard, you know, like, like, when you go to the club, right, like, I know some of our audience have never been to the club because they're, you know, a little young.
So I'm at the club,
like,
okay, I'm at the club.
You go to the club.
How drunk am I, Warren? How soju'd up am I?
You're like, I don't know, like 5 shots in, like half a bottle-ish.
Okay. I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it. You're feeling it. You're not drunk.
I'm like, woo!
Right.
Okay.
And you sit down and you watch everyone that's like around you, right? Like, if you try to pay attention to who has more like attitude and like more swagger, it's not the people who are like dancing the craziest dances. It's like the people who are like sitting back
and chilling,
like, you know,
because they know they're cool already. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Like How You Like That feels like they're like trying to dance too hard, where like this feels like they're sitting back and they're like,
that makes okay. I can understand that.
I'm the bad bitch, you know, like look at me.
Okay, the ending threw me off a bit, but out of like my overall feelings of this song, this one and Bet You Want are at the top for me at the moment, I would say.
I want to listen to this again even more, just to pay more attention to the instruments.
Same. Can we listen to it right after we listen to track 8?
Sure, I guess. Yeah. I mean, we're running long, but I guess like screw it. We'll just listen to it some more.
I don't think people are gonna complain if we go long. Like,
all right. So all right. We'll listen to this one at the end. You want to move on to the next one? This one is not a Teddy song. Are you looking at the picture I sent you, Warren, of the production credits?
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce this name. Which one?
Tushar Opt.
Yeah, something like that. So this is not Teddy at all. So let's listen to the next song. It's called Love to Hate Me.
It has Teddy in the arrangement, by the way.
All right, so that's track 7, Love to Hate Me.
Interesting.
This was good.
Lots of orchestral instruments with like the plucks
Yeah.
and, like, the strings and
Dude, that,
You know-
okay. Oh, keep going, Warren.
no, you can go first.
I was just gonna say, you don't get Teddy on the track, we stick the landing. I don't know, I'm just pointing it out. Like we get a normal ending, you know. There's no Teddy on the main guy on this one.
I did like the ending. I did like the
It
ending.
felt short though. It felt short.
Yeah, a little abrupt, but compared to the other songs on the album,
Right? There's an ending at least.
you know how it felt though. It felt like thinking about how this plays into placing this on track 7 near the end of the album, right? Because it pacing wise, it feels a little more calmed down and toned down compared to the other tracks. Like, definitely feel like it makes sense here, but like it also feels like mature. Whereas like Ice Cream feels young, right? Like,
I agree.
so
with
there's
that.
a bit. I feel like there's a bit of
Growth.
progression here. Like same with Crazy. Yeah, right. Like the farther we get in the album, it gets a little more grimy, a little more mature, and a little more like there's more going on. You know, like that being said, it almost felt like it could have been a Red Velvet track.
That's what people were saying in our comment section as well. Yep,
Were they?
I heard that as well.
Like- Yeah.
Someone
Oh,
also
that's pretty
pointed
cool.
out if you listen to all the tracks back to back, not stopping as we do, the endings aren't as bad. I could see that. That's a fair
Yeah, that
point.
makes
I would
sense.
say.
That makes sense.
Anita, do you like this one? Love to Hate Me?
I do. I think when the chorus came up, I thought at first it was like another like drop type of chorus, but then they kind of took it a different way, where it kind of changed in the key or something. I don't know what it was. I think at first I was a little confused, but it seemed to work. Like the second time around when it came again, I thought like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. It also gave me like a very retro, like 2000s vibe. I don't know why. I think it's like a more hip hop beat, but in mid 2000s. If that makes sense. I don't know what the general vibe was, but that's kind of what it reminded me of.
Mid 2K in a good way.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I feel like this was popular at the time, and I feel like it still sounds good even today. Like I feel like I remember hearing this and feeling like, yeah, this is trendy right now. And I feel like listening to it now, it still feels pretty good. Like I think they added some twists here and there with the instrumentation, but
I think Lisa's
I think
rap
it's
verse
good.
was good. Overall, all right, whatever, Warren. I don't even care what you think. Overall,
We'll talk about it later.
so we're 7 tracks in. This is pretty solid.
It was a safe
Over-
track.
solid.
No, I would say the album's pretty solid so far. I don't have any humongous problems. Like I know the ending.
We'll talk
like a
about
meme.
that in the end.
But let's get to the last track. So it is called "You Never Know," and I believe this one is not a Teddy track. Maybe we'll stick the landing again. Let's go.
Oh boy.
That's it. Yeah,
Wait,
that was
Wait a
it.
minute.
That's it.
I thought
That's
we were
it.
gonna get more.
No, that's it. That's the
Wait,
ending.
what?
What is with these songs in there? Okay.
That was the ending. God. Okay.
What a cliffhanger.
Well, okay.
This is how they're gonna end their first full-length album.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay, I haven't. I think the song itself has some issues, but like I kind overall like the song. It kind of gets emotional.
Yeah, it fits well as an end piece, I would say. Even though I don't listen to full albums a lot, it makes no, it doesn't. Okay, tell me why it doesn't.
The thing with
Yeah.
the thing with full-length albums, right? Like I have really mixed feelings when it ends on a note like this, because like you kind of. The last song is the last impression you're gonna have of this album. Like you're gonna leave the album with this track, and now your entire impression of the album is like, oh man, like what an emotional ride. Except all 7 tracks leading up to it had nothing like that. I think it's usually the best thing to do to leave what is like maybe a little emotional, but like a somewhat representative track of the album at the very last. Like Detox by Bill Stacks does that really well with the track called Thursday. It's upbeat, but it's also emotional. Same with Ready's 50K. I'm naming hip hop out, but like yeah, not sure how I feel about putting this in last.
What would you prefer at the end then?
I would definitely put this on track 7 and then put something like.
So you're saying you should do sentimental thing for your fake goodbye at the concert and then come to a hype track to end the show. Is that what you're saying?
Encore.
Like track 7 could have been track 8, and then track 8 could have been track 7.
Okay.
I think that would have
agree
been
with
like
that.
right. I also will say like the instrumental felt a little like.
People saying they should have used an actual orchestra and not just like the production software.
Yeah, it's a little too obvious that they're using like. I know YG got lots of money.
Yeah, I know nothing about production. I kind of see what y'all would feel like that about this song, right? Because it makes sense to me at least. They did a weird like rewind sound in the middle, and they didn't like change it up all that much, right?
That felt out of place. Yeah,
that really took me out of the song personally.
Yeah.
I know. What about you? Did you like this rewind thing, Majig?
It was interesting because I was expecting like a very big switch or like I don't know, a modulation, like go up or go down, but I didn't think it's something that noticeable actually happened. I will say this: I feel like the melody in the pre-chorus and then it comes back again, I think in the bridge. I thought that was really nice because it kind of built up in the emotion, right? And I think before the second chorus, Jesus was singing it, and I thought it sounded really, really nice. But then I feel like the chorus kind of leaves it at that, like it kind of plateaus. Like I don't feel like it goes even higher or really creates a climax in the song. But I understand what the song is trying to do, though. I feel like I agree that it kind of makes me more critical of the song because of where it's placed in the album. Where if it was a little bit earlier, I don't think it would be that. I would find it much of a problem. But yeah, I think as an ending piece, it's a little.
Also, the ending, right?
Yeah,
like,
the ending.
That's bad. Okay, so we've covered all 8 songs. Do you guys want to talk about the album as a whole, or do you want to listen to what was the one we wanted to listen to? Love to Hate Me? What's the one you guys
Crazy
wanted to
Over You.
repeat? Crazy Over You. Do you want to listen to that before we talk about the whole album?
Yeah, one more time.
All right, YOLO. Let's just do it.
Hey.
Boom. right. So we did the full album listen through. We listened to
Okay.
Crazy Over You because we wanted to again. Overall impressions of the album. The album, you know? They called it the album. Did it live up to the expectations of calling it the album?
I mean, it was a good album, but like, it had a fair amount of issues, right? Like, I guess to Yokam's point, I'll have to listen to the album full side from like the beginning to the end without stopping. But it did feel rushed between each track. Like it always felt like it was rushing into the end.
Oh yeah, the endings.
I'm trying to figure out if there's a reason for that. Like does it help with streaming or like does it help with like charts?
I think the
radio?
runtime is under 25 minutes.
Right. It's like there's no reason they had to rush this entire album. Like it could have
24 minutes, 28 seconds.
Yeah, like normally when I think of full-length albums, I'm thinking like 35 minutes, 30 minutes, that kind of deal. Like 24 is short. It's a short album. Like 24 could have been an EP with like 6 tracks, but like I guess whatever.
They want us to, even though it's like our first time listening through it, they wanted us to rank it on like a letter grade scale. So for me, this is a solid B plus, maybe an A minus, depending on if I listen to it again. I would say like a B plus. It's pretty good.
Wait, give me a second. Let me write down the number.
What about you, Anita?
I think I also want to go with the higher higher B, like a B plus, A minus, maybe leaning more towards an A minus, just for the reason that we don't really have like a point of reference really as far as like a album with Blackpink, right? Like a full length album. So you also feel like as a first, I think it's pretty solid. Like a lot of the songs are very interesting, very, very interesting also in the fact that they had pre-releases too. So making sure that those pre-releases don't like overshadow a ton of the B-sides, I think was pretty good. I think they did that pretty well. So I would give it an A minus for now.
Okay. What about you, Warren?
I'm not gonna give a letter grade if that's okay, because even in my like internal rating of albums, I rarely give anything A minus. Like if when I like internally rate albums, like the average is like a B.
Okay.
So is this around there?
Well, I think it has some good points. I think it had a bit of an okay start, had a good middle, had a very beefy ending. Beefy near the middle later part. Last track was a little.
Yeah.
And there was. I liked how each track felt like there was more maturity over each track over the album. That felt like there was a sense of progression. However, the pacing felt very, very, very fast. It felt very like it felt like they were like rushing through things a little bit. And I would have liked to have it. I needed more of a break moment in the album. More like the moment where Cardi B came in. It kind of was a refresher. I kind of needed more like. Like salads in between meals. That's why I'll say the album is okay.
So it's average?
Yeah, I guess average. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, that's not bad because like you're a tough grader. Someone wanted to know. Their question was if you could have had any YG features on this album, who would you have picked? I do think there could have been more features in this album, in general.
Yeah.
Well, there were two.
Yeah. I feel like what? Yeah, go ahead.
I would have liked a Songmino feature.
I was about to say the same thing.
On one of those tracks with a verse somewhere. I think that could have added a ton. I think it would have been hype as well. And it would have done two things. It would have elevated their song, and it would have got people hyped for the Mino album that's eventually going to come out this year.
Yeah, like Mino would have made perfect sense on Crazy Over You, because like
exactly.
he's done like that Asian thing before too. Right? I can't think of anybody else for at
you know what they should have done? They should have surprised us and had a G-Dragon feature.
That's what everybody wants.
They should have kept it under wraps as hard as they could and then just done it.
Yeah, but it would have
overshadowed them.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that though. That's fair.
I mean, I would have liked the G-Dragon feature. That would have been kind of felt like that would have been dope.
Overall, for me, this album, I don't listen to many full albums. I think a lot of you know that. I listen to like 8 tracks and maybe a B track if they do it on a music show or whatever. There's a lot of songs on this album though that I would have liked to see performance videos that I don't think we'll ever get.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how most B-sides are. I also want to point out I felt like Cardi B and Bet You Wanna. I felt like that was really good, right? But I also felt like it could have been Zion T.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
I mean, I don't know if we're counting the Black Label as YG, but like I
It
felt
counts, it
like
counts.
okay, yeah, I felt like a little bit of bounce and a little bit of funk. Felt like Zion
that would
T
have been
could've made it.
interesting, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. You know,
all right, well-
we've covered Blackpink's The Album. I know on Monday when we do our recording for the pod, but you guys will get it on Wednesday. We're going to talk about Lovesick Girls. That's the title track, number 5. Yep, that one. We're
boy.
going to talk about that again. It'll be like, I don't know, like 3-4 days since the song came out. So we'll definitely have different opinions by then, I think. It'll be interesting. Overall, though, for our first live stream, I think this one okay. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I have some notes in terms of things we could improve, but I always have notes in terms of things we could improve. And the second we turn off this live stream, I'm gonna yell at Warren and Anita for 20 minutes about how this wasn't perfect.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding. I'll make some passive aggressive suggestions as I do.
Doug is an angry teacher off cam, guys. I'm saying this now because he can't come. I'm just kidding.
I think the best thing for us though was that although Warren lagged a little bit, we didn't have any major technical issues, which is the thing I was worried about the most.
Thank goodness.
So that's all we can really ask for.
We had like way more viewers than I expected. Like,
Yes, thank you so much.
yeah,
Yeah, we were at like 80 concurrent at one point.
Oh hell, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like before we began, I was like, dude, I hope there's like 10 people.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of down to do this more in the future. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't
Yeah.
listen to many albums, and this would kind of force me to. And there are a lot of big stuff coming out over the next couple of months. At least at a minimum, it's like the NCT thing. I don't know. That's coming kind of soon though. Twice, BTS, right? There are big things coming up in the future.
Yeah,
Very
big names, big
true.
names. Feels like we're wrapping up soon, so I want to give one more shout out.
Yeah, give a shout out.
It's Takashi Juri's birthday today.
Hey,
happy birthday.
okay, I'll
Happy
give you this. I'll give you this.
birthday.
Juri.
Well, it's not in America, but in Korean time. It's October 3rd. Happy birthday, Juri. Just wanted to put that out there.
All right, but this has been Soju Talk, your weekly chat of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me today. You know, it's been an interesting time. This went an hour and 18 minutes. Longer
It was
than
fun. It was fun though.
Yeah, it was pretty long.
Oh man.
I got work tomorrow at like 6:30 a.m. I gotta go sleep for that. I'll be chilling and then we'll do that. But it's been great. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.